Uh-oh, my pro officer's going to wonder.
all right.
He's going to wonder what's going on.
He's going to
Where
wonder.
you been? Okay, here we
The
go.
last maneuver was auto rate rotate.
Hey folks, here we are back
using
again at
the,
the Electric
momentum
Festival. And
of
with
the
us today is
helicopter and the
Rick.
blade to,
And Rick
slow
has a
itself
wonderful
down.
product, which luckily I have won in the raffle. I'm joyous
thank
over
you very
winning this
much
thing
for the
because
entertainment
it's a power supply.
helicopter
And my power supply at
guy.
home sounds like an APU that's just powering up and running in the living room.
I always thought your wife was drying her hair.
Yeah, right?
I always thought he was on the main runway
Any
taking
other
off.
heli or,
Well, this thing is whisper quiet, at least, until it ramps up. But still, it is head and shoulders of what I have at home. So, Rick, can you go ahead and introduce yourself and what your business name is and what you're doing here at this wonderful show?
Well, my name's Rick Dissler. I live in Gilbert, Arizona. I do things on the side. I don't have an actual business, but I kind of do because I do power supplies for all my friends, and that grew to supplying supplies for people here at the Electric Festival.
Excellent.
And another thing I do is I build the LiPo ESR meter. Wayne Giles in the UK designed this, and he built over 1,000 of them, but he's getting up in age. Memory's not as good as he wants it to be. It's still way better than mine, but
That's a problem I'm having right now.
yeah. and he was going to retire for a second time, so he said, this is it. I'm building my last 10 meters. If anyone wants one, order it now. And I sent him a message saying it can't die. I have one. I've had one for 7 years.
Wow.
It must survive. That's what I do for a living. Wink and asterisk. And so we can get back to that later, but I now own that meter and I pay him a royalty, which he very much deserves for everyone that I build and sell.
Nice. Very nice.
So on the power supplies, I'm glad you won one.
Oh, yes. It was, of course, I'd like to have a plane, but you know what? This is better because I use my power supply more.
I can sell you an airplane. Joking.
I won one too.
Did you?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yay. Hey, it sounds like I'm feeding you guys, like I'm buying an interview.
Well, that's the way it's supposed to be,
Hey,
right?
that's the way it works. That's the way it works.
I thought that was just in storybooks.
We're making it real.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So power supplies, I've been doing them now for about 10 years. It started out just me and my buddies. It started out with me. I didn't care about my friends. And then they come over to my house like, hey, that's cool. We used to use a car battery with the battery charger running it. Who wanted to load a heavy
12
car
volt.
battery everywhere?
Right, lead battery around with you,
Right.
spilling acid everywhere.
Right. Now you can do it with a little generator and a couple power supplies. And I found over the years that there's better and there's worse power supplies you use. And what I like is what you notice, whisper quiet.
Yeah.
As long as you're not pushing them real hard, that fan barely runs, you can hardly hear it. After maybe 10 minutes of pumping, maybe 40, 45 amps out, it'll start to ramp up, and then it sounds like the jet's taking off
but that's
again.
okay.
But
That's okay.
Yeah, and it ramps down after it cools off, which takes about 10 minutes after you remove the load. And but they'll put out 40, 50 amps constant and super reliable.
Nice.
And we can do 12 volt.
Yeah. What's that one amperage-wise? Would that put up?
Did yours have a yellow or orange label or blue label?
I think it was orange, but I'm not sure.
Orange label does 50, I think 62 amps. But you don't want to go over 50 constant. You always
Okay.
want to leave, like a speed control on an airplane.
If it's
You want to
right,
leave a
you want it
window.
10.
If it's the blue, what's that?
The blue is 38 amps.
Okay, I'll mark it up.
Yeah,
Just
do
go
that,
right on
yeah.
there, so I
it's
know.
on the label. You just
Oh, is
gotta,
it? Okay.
but
You
at
gotta
your
squint.
age, at your age, you got to put glasses
Yeah,
on to see
exactly.
Or a dog to bark,
Yeah.
Yeah. How many is that?
Exactly.
Oh God, he's gonna be here forever. It's 50 amps.
And then the one that Jay got was a 24
Okay,
volt.
David Tailman's up in the air,
And
up in the air.
same thing.
From
It's a
Scottsdale,
750
Spokane,
watt.
Washington,
Yours is single
with the Mamba 10
750.
biplane.
So when you put
With
two
flight
in
innovation.
series, your amperage
Flying
stays the
to
same.
stop
It's still
on only a
62
3-cell
amps,
battery.
but your wattage doubles. So it's good for 1,500 watts. You can do about 1,200 constant.
So how many batteries?
Okay,
per
pilots,
on
here's
on
the
the
next
750?
pilot raffle number.
Depends on your charger.
They're
You're looking for
three-cell
number
to be
463.
2C, 2200.
That's no problem.
484.
It won't even
Won't bark
the
on
fan
that.
won't even ramp up.
488.
Now, for me, I run a
497.
R Lab 8.
Yeah.
452.
1300 and something,
469.
1365 watt charger. It will put out 40 watt, or 40 amps to my
502.
6-cell batteries.
Yeah.
Comes with a
on
registration
parallel
booth
Yeah.
to claim
and
your
I'll have
prize.
them charged at 40 amps in about 30 minutes.
Okay, I'm doing 2 at a time, so.
Yeah.
But still not gonna
Yeah, no
touch
problem.
it. That's sweet.
No.
I'm so happy.
You're gonna love it. It's not a
And
good
now
business.
it's portable. It's portable too, because I mean,
Yeah.
more so than the one I have currently.
Yeah, pretty small. It's the smallest,
Yeah.
most powerful that I've found.
Yeah, it's good.
It's not a good business model.
Why?
Because they last.
You guys don't come back.
Yeah.
I sell once. People say, "Hey, that thing works great."
I'll try
I'm
to
like,
I'll try to ruin it. I'll see what I can do.
we can
Well,
figure that
it's
out.
Probably
kinda
burn
fun.
the house down or something.
Really, it's kind of funny you mentioned that because my brother-in-law wanted me to go in business with him, and he wanted, of all things, he wanted to make this thing that was an automatic feeder for horses.
Okay,
And so he had this whole great
Michael.
idea about how it works, and I said, okay, but something's wrong with it. He goes, well, what's wrong with it? I said,
Callaway.
well, the way you build it,
From
why would
Anaheim,
people come back
California,
to us
just
for,
a cop.
they won't come back to buy anything else from us. I said, can we make it that the cutter that cuts the hay,
flying
can we make it that
is
after 6 months or
Hangar
8 months
9,
that cutter will just
fiberglass, Cirrus,
wear out?
SR22.
He's like, well, why would we do that? And I go,
As in
so we,
terrific.
it's like a printer. We give the
Flying
printer
with
away,
the
but the ink
120
is what
motor
people are using. It's a
on a
consumable.
10-cell battery.
And he was totally baffled
Has a
as to why I
lighting
said
system
that. So I
from-
understand when you're like, oh, I build this thing and power supply lasts
Fast.
forever.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
They're rated at like 300,000 hours, 24/7, 365. But they're used. You know, we get them out of used servers, so we don't know how long they last. But I have very, very few failures, and that's pretty much in anyone that does this.
So one of the things I noticed at your booth is you had the ESR meter.
Yep.
What is that? What does it do? Why do I need it?
Well, what it does is it gives you the most accurate internal resistance reading of a battery, and it does it on each cell one at a time. Now we're doing this through a Kelvin 4-wire measurement. All the other ones that I've ever used, they'll do it through the balance lead. That's not very accurate. If I do it with my PowerLab 8 charger,
Right.
I'll get one reading. Your charger will give another reading.
We're
Mike's
noticing
charger-
that actually.
Yeah, they're all over the place. There's no standard, but this one here is considered the golden standard of internal resistant measurements.
Wow.
Okay, so for our listeners who may not understand that, so what exactly or why would they be concerned about wanting to know how much resistance they have?
Think of the day when we used to build motors. After you built the motor, you take it to a speed shop and they dyno test it.
Right.
You get that dynometer right there in your hands. It's not the only test, but it's a very, very accurate, very consistent test for testing how many amps you can pull out of your battery constantly through the whole flight. So keep the numbers simple. We have a 1,000 milliamp battery, and you put it on the meter, and it shows at 72 degrees temperature. That's critical because that's why Wayne called it the effective series resistance meter (ESR),
Right.
because it's variable based on temperature.
Yeah.
We always want to do it as close to 72 as we can. And if that meter is showing 20C, it does the computation and says, oh, you can discharge it at 20 amps. Like I did that 1,000 milliamp, it's straight across.
Right.
20C, 20 amp. So you got 2,000 milliamp, 20C, 40 amps. You win. So, but it's a very accurate reading, and the amperage that we display is a very safe, constant amperage. So you can go out and if you have an EDF that's pulling, it's pulling 52 amps, like when I fly.
Right.
I can't run a battery that's going to only deliver 20 amps.
And that's important because, like, we all have old batteries
Yes.
mixed in with our stuff. I'm not really good about marking. I mean, I have some people that mark every single time they fly the battery, and they know which one's old, which one's not. I just look at it and go, I remember buying that back in april, maybe by the color of the battery or something. But
Right.
that's about it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't puff all my batteries.
Well, hopefully you'll be puffing less if you had the meter.
Okay.
Oh, see, there's
My-
a big key.
Yeah, I bought the second generation one from Wayne out of the UK when I started selling them. I've had it for 7 years. Since then, I've never destroyed a battery in flight.
Nice.
I've dropped a few.
Yeah.
I damaged them, overcharged them.
You're the only one that does that, though.
Crashed a
Yeah,
few.
I at least admit it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Crashed a few, but okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. So this will just, really take the guessing out.
Yes.
I'll be able to know what's going on with my battery which ones are old, which ones I can push harder.
Yep.
And then I can't believe it, but the Chinese kind of maybe fib some of the numbers on their
Oh
batteries.
no, come on.
I think
Do they?
Really?
I don't know.
150C, man. No, the fact is, the label is just a label.
Right.
I've never seen a battery do anything more than about 50C. There's only one of them that I know. Plug them.
Right.
Realistically, the battery's going to be maybe 20 to 25C. Constant.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up that challenge. I got a couple of different batteries I bought. They all have a bunch of different C ratings.
Perfect.
So I'd love to see what comes of it.
Okay, leave your gun because you're not going to like the
No,
results.
it's okay. When I buy the batteries I buy, I don't have high expectations.
Yeah.
And I don't pay a lot of money for that expectation either. So in that case, I'm not going to be. That'd be
Okay, pilots, we're coming into the home stretch. We got a
That'd be all
few
good.
more draws. Once again, they all start with 372.
My
Looking
helper
for
is trying to call
number
me, so
4,
tell me I have
6,
someone
4,
interested in something at my booth.
4,
Okay.
Make 'em
4,
wait.
8,
Okay.
Oh, well, okay.
Four,
We can
Well,
wrap
talk
it.
to-
We can wrap it real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
4, 5, 9,
I know what I want to say.
4, 3,
Now I'm
2.
getting old again.
I'll fill in for
4,
it.
Thanks, that's
5,
People don't know
7,
this. I'm actually one of only 2 battery
4,
testers for
8,
Hobby King out of
4,
China.
No
3,
kidding.
5.
And I build that LiPo ESR meter. I am Trump's plan in action. Have an American sweatshop building and selling to China. You
That's
gotta
beautiful.
love it.
Yeah,
That's
that's
awesome.
beautiful.
That's great.
And-
That is
and-
awesome.
and a
Now
year-
that I buy batteries from Hobby King, I feel better. That
I
that
test
they're going to
those.
label them wrong still, but they're going to know what
Well,
it
they-
was before they labeled it.
The fact is, they have to.
Yeah.
I don't know who started the erroneous C ratings on a battery,
Yeah.
but they have to, because if they said this battery's only good for 22C,
Right.
who's going to buy it?
Right.
Nobody.
Nobody,
So
right.
this here meter keeps people more honest.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
At least you know what it is.
Well, because I know that we've bought a few. We've talked about this. I bought a battery, or even Mike bought a battery.
40C battery.
40C
Poof.
battery, and you puffed it the very first time, and
like-
you weren't even. You were just
Yeah,
kind
it
of
was
breaking
at,
it in.
I was at
and-
25 amps, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes you'll buy a 20C battery and it's actually good for 21C.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no rhyme or reason.
Right.
So at least buy a battery, use the ESR meter,
Know what it
get
is.
the results, write it down on the label,
Yeah.
put a date on it, check it every 3 months, every 6
I
months.
like
Whatever.
that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. And always
I know what
everyone-
Chase get me for Christmas.
a refrigerator so you can keep your batteries in it.
Exactly right. That's where I get
That
my
helps.
heater. I'm going to need it.
You gotta, yeah, he's the reason he has AK on his jacket there, his T-shirt, is because he lives in Alaska. You just leave it outside.
Oh,
He doesn't
I
need a
thought it had
refrigerator.
something to do with that sidearm he's carrying.
No, that's just his whoopee.
I leave that outside,
He's
too.
carrying around on his back.
All right. I
But,
love Alaska. Beautiful place. I
Yeah.
live there.
But all right, I had no knowledge of anything a device like this. That sounds like everybody should have this.
He should know that I'm mad at him right now.
Why?
You should be glaring.
Why? Because I'm going to have to buy one of those things.
Oh,
Jeez.
I'll hook
I have to
you up.
spend money.
I'll hook you up. But don't go public with this,
Yeah,
right?
right? Yeah, but nobody will know.
No one will know.
No one will know.
And my pro officer won't know about me being on.
no,
don't
okay.
mind that camera.
Yeah, the
It's
camera's
not there.
Not really for
She's
you,
like not
it's
even-
for
This is
everyone
From
else.
Star Wars, right?
Yeah,
Little round
exactly,
thing.
exactly.
Yeah, it's a 360, one of
Yeah,
these
it is.
360 cameras
It's
that gives you.
Oh,
Yeah, you put
okay.
on, so we can look around, see us all talking and goofing. So it's kind of neat. But once again, it's not ours. Somebody just
No,
handed
somebody,
it to us.
yeah, he just.
Oh, well, friendly folks, you know.
So it's another prize I won.
Yeah, right.
All right, Rick. Well, once again, thank you very much for talking with us. Everybody who's out there listening to us, is there anywhere they can go and contact you in order to get one of these?
Great idea.
Not me directly because I don't have a website for that. But
He gets, man.
sorry. I'm not that smart, you know. I just have a lot of time, and I sit there and hand stuff
Yeah.
all these resistors,
Wow.
Man.
solder 220
Wow.
points on every
Wow.
meter.
Oh my gosh,
But-
sounds like prison. Okay.
Well, yeah, but I get paid to do it.
oh,
Yeah.
okay, then that's not.
I get paid better than prisoners anyhow.
Yeah.
That's true. That's
Just
good.
a little bit.
So
Just a little bit.
if you just go on Google and search LiPo ESR meter, you'll find that Hobby King sells it, Progressive RC sells it.
Okay.
I prefer people go through them. If they buy from me, I make more money, but it takes time, and I need as much time as I can to
Yeah,
build
sure.
the meters. So go through them. Plus, I like feeding my vendors because they're the ones that sell awesome products.
Exactly.
Yeah,
All right,
sure.
folks,
Well,
you
they
heard
handle
man.
everything
You need
like
some
this,
money.
customer service and all that kind of
Right.
stuff.
And we
yeah.
have to support our American ingenuity, even though
Yeah.
it might have been stolen from the British. But hey,
I
Was
paid-
it
I paid
stolen?
for it. I
It's
paid
not
for it.
stolen.
not stolen. and improved upon, I'm sure.
Huge.
Bigger and better.
Yeah.
Wayne,
The guy
Wayne
said-
Childs is phenomenal. I wish I knew what he knew.
Yeah.
I just
Okay,
have
we're gonna read off
a little
the
bit
last
extra money
round
and a lot
of
of
numbers.
time.
Yeah.
When we're keeping that product
Once
on
again, they
because
all
it's
start with
worthy of it. If it wasn't, if I didn't like it, I wouldn't care.
Yeah, that's
It's
good.
Four,
awesome.
seven.
You'll find out when we test your
Yeah,
batteries.
no, we will. That's good.
Yeah.
All right, looking forward to it.
All right, well, folks, we're going to go test our batteries, and we're going to go ahead and sign out here. Rick, once again, thank you very much to spend some time with us and talking about your fine products.
419.
And everybody else, should be here at the Election Festival.
Let's fly.
It's only 82 degrees, guys.
Exactly.
Sorry.
And we're still in shorts. You're not.
No, water freezes at 60. I'm from Arizona.
Thanks, Rick. That's awesome.